Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the GGPP podcast. Today is special because we'll be joined by a guest, Ninjandru.
What's up?
This isn't the first time you've been on the podcast, actually. If you recall,
Oh yeah,
the night
yeah, I watched
you
that.
had a small feature.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that's me. I didn't expect to be in it. Thank you.
Yeah,
We're gonna ask some questions in advance of his new release, which will be out on Friday.
Yeah, it's called Sidewalks.
Please check it out. Here is a snippet from that latest release. Enjoy.
So can I stop by now and roll my windows down, and then we'll talk. I'll drop you off on the sidewalk. We'd be driving around. We'd be rolling this town. Pop around to the music, but we won't hear a sound.
So we'll just start off by asking, how would you introduce yourself to someone who doesn't know you at all? Like, how would you describe yourself?
Like, if I meet someone at school, like, I mean, we never talk, I probably wouldn't mention my music first. I kind of want them to figure that out, like themselves. But like a normal person, I would have been like, hey, what's up? I'm Andrew. And then I'll give them my ad, and then they'll see my stuff.
So yeah, let's just get into the music then. How long have you been making music? Like, where did it start?
I think it was like freshman year. My friend let me borrow his MIDI keyboard, and like at the time, I knew nothing about producing. I just knew how to play instruments. So I just made like really generic lo-fi hip hop beats, and like I upload them to SoundCloud, and they get like no views or like listens. But then I kind of stopped doing that for a while, and I think it was like sophomore year. I started making like my own original music, and then it kind of just happened there.
like about the instruments. When did you like actually start getting into like all music? Like your first instrument was
Well, my first instrument was the violin in like third grade because we had to do a music class. But like the first instrument that like I wanted to learn and like I taught myself was the ukulele, and I just like did a bunch of covers and stuff. And then I eventually learned how to play guitar and piano.
Oh, so then, are you self-taught?
Piano, I had a teacher, but guitar and everything else, I was self-taught on like on YouTube and stuff.
Oh, it's very impressive.
Thank you.
so like you're never like forced into music.
Yeah. Actually, third grade, my parents really wanted me to play piano, and like I just did not like piano. But then like guitar and stuff, I was really passionate about that.
So, what would you say is the main instrument that you use today then?
Probably like a combination, but most of my music is from me playing guitar and like just playing a bunch of random chords and see what I can come up, like what beat I can come up with that guitar loop.
Interesting. So, in terms of like coming up with musical ideas, would you say, how would you say they start out most of the time? Is it like you said, guitar chords, like random? Like, walk us through the musical process for you.
Okay, for my process, I like most of my music is like inspired by other artists that I really like. Like for Same, I remember I was listening to Keshi, and I was like, I really want to make a Keshi type beat, and I just like found a loop on YouTube, put it on my DAW or GarageBand, and then just made a beat out of it. So most of the time, I just listen to like other artists and get inspired, and then create my own sound from that.
When you started off music, did you have the name ninjandru? Or did you start off with like different names, I guess, or like different styles?
Like when I first made lo-fi hip hop, my name was just Andrew, like Andru. But then like when I wanted to make a Spotify and stuff, I was like, no, like when I make like when I think of a name, I want people to be like, hey, are you going to the Blank concert? Like something really unique. So I thought about Ninjandru because Ninjandru was like a Roblox name that I made, and I thought it sounded kind of cringy, but like it could be cool. So I just stuck with that name.
That's pretty cool.
How would you describe like your genre of music?
It's definitely pop inspired. I try to go for indie, but I think most of my music is like pop.
Are there any particular artists or songs that you, I guess, affiliate your music with, or you're very inspired by?
Definitely Postcard Boy. He kind of made me want to make music in the first place, or like make a Spotify account and stuff. He's definitely like a super big inspiration towards my music. Definitely Keshi, and then like for indie, I guess like The Strokes. Yeah.
What about like ninjandru as like a brand, the aesthetic of ninjandru? Like for me, I would say it's like a vintage vibe. Like I don't know if that's how you would describe it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, like Polaroids and like film and
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
old school stuff, you know?
Yeah, most of that is Postcard Boy inspired too. Like I like to watch his videos and stuff, and then I just really like the aesthetic of his videos, and I try to make my own aesthetic off of that too.
What is a personal reason or like any reason that you think people should listen to your music?
I think my music is definitely relatable. Like I try to make my music relatable. Maybe like I listen to like sad music when I'm sad, so like I try to make a mood that people could relate to when they're feeling a certain way. So yeah, that definitely emotions.
Would you say your music then is mostly like leaning toward that sad type of feeling?
Yeah, probably. I don't intend it to be, but most of the time I just end up making a sad, relatable song.
Like as in like the lyrics or like the song itself.
Yeah, the lyrics. I think the beat is just like what like pretty random, like a random beat, and I just make like sad lyrics.
Do you know what a simp is?
Yeah, I'm a simp.
Uh, so like, we've actually done like an episode on that too. Would you say your music could be classified as simp music?
Yeah, I think I put that on my Instagram bio, like
Yeah.
music for Sims.
Oh yeah. Also, in your bio, I noticed you have the link is DistroKid. That's for distribution.
Yeah, that's my publisher.
So how did you decide on DistroKid out of all the different like publishing?
First, I started with TuneCore, but then that got really expensive because I started making more music. So I switched to DistroKid because they had like a pretty good like pricing. It was like $20, like $30 a year, I think. While TuneCore is like $10 a single. So I just stuck with DistroKid.
So in terms of just overall like creativity, because I know you have a photography account as well. So how do you get inspired in terms of that?
I just like to make art, music, photography. I like looking at like aesthetics, and like I just try to make my own and like show off to people and be like, wow, this is pretty cool. So I just try to make stuff that people would like and then see if they do.
So how would you go about balancing music and schoolwork?
During the school year, I didn't really have that much time to make music, but like usually I just make music on weekends and like focus on schoolwork because like that is my main priority. But like recently, because of like quarantine, I've been making a lot of music. So yeah, I usually make music on weekends or like free time when I'm like finished with school and stuff.
So the quarantine, do you think it has changed or like opened up new different topics that you talk about in your music, or is it sort of similar to your previous music?
I started making different genres because like I have more time to think about what I want. So it definitely is different than most of my other stuff. Like I learned how to play guitar more. That kind of helped make Sidewalks, which was like my new song, and like I just make a bunch of new stuff that's like different than my older stuff.
So would you say most of your time in quarantine is making music?
A good amount is playing League, and but yeah, music, yeah, probably.
All right. So like, how have you been keeping busy? Like, can you walk us through like a normal day?
I only have classes like twice a week, so I would just like do schoolwork on those days. But then the rest of the days, I would wake up and then just like go on YouTube and just watch a bunch of videos. And then if I have time, I would either play League with my friends, or I just spend like the rest of the day just trying to make a song.
What time do you sleep?
Um, some days I sleep at 12, and then some days I sleep at 3, mainly because of video games or music.
I think it's normal nowadays that people sleep
Yeah,
at that time.
yeah.
So is League the main video game you play, or any other kinds of video games?
I play Minecraft sometimes, Roblox with my friends, and just troll and stuff. But yeah, probably League. I don't really like play that much though. Like I'm not really like try hard on that game. I just like just to play for fun.
So you also make music, obviously. Like in quarantine, do you just try to make just by yourself, or are willing to reach out to like other artists?
I definitely reached out to many artists, like people that I genuinely listen to and like. They haven't replied yet, but most of the time I'm just in my bed playing my guitar, trying to figure out some chords and like lyrics. Yeah, but like a collab would be pretty cool.
So speaking of collab, your first single was a collab, and it was pretty successful, like very successful. So how did that come about? Like, how did it start off, and how did it go back and forth?
So my first song I ever made, like on SoundCloud, was called "Introverted Extrovert," and then my friend Vivian, she said that she really liked it, and then she also makes music, like covers and stuff, and she was like, "I would love to work with you," and I was like, "Oh, cool." So I sent her a beat which wasn't the same, so it was like a completely different beat, and then we worked on that, but then but it was really bad, so I was like, "Okay, I'll make a new beat." And then I eventually made Same, and then we just sent each other a bunch of audio files, and then try to mix and master and stuff. And this is when I like knew nothing about like production and stuff. So like if I could go back, I would fix so many things. But yeah, that's how it came about.
But still, it's almost at 100K on Spotify. That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Did you expect it to be that popular, or like could you see it growing that popular?
Definitely not like 100K, but like I definitely had a lot of positive feedback on the promo vid I made. So like I thought people would like it, but I definitely did not expect it to be like this amount of streams.
Would you say like a lot of it was due to the fact that a lot of people supported you?
Like
Or like
yeah,
you
probably
think
yeah.
it just took off because it was good?
A lot of people said that it was on repeat for a while, so maybe that kind of helped the streams. But also, like I pubbed on YouTube too, and that got like a couple views. So yeah,
Yeah, because like at the time it came out, I remember like on Instagram, like every single story would be like stream
Oh,
Same
yeah.
right now. It was like
yeah,
it's crazy.
I was super grateful for that.
So then you spent like nothing on advertising, right? It was just like word of mouth.
Yeah, I didn't know how to like do the sponsor thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah.
you promote your post. I didn't know how to do that, so I just like, hey,
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. All right. So talking about guitars and microphones, even, what equipment do you use?
When I made Same, I actually used Vivian's microphone. It was like I think a Yeti mic. But then like Boulevard, I used my Apple earbuds. And then when it came to Pulp Fiction, I bought an audio interface. I think it was like a Focusrite. And then for microphone, I use a Shure 58, I think.
That is a very popular microphone, I would say.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So also in terms of the software side, what do you use?
For beats, back then I used Ableton, but then I found out that GarageBand is like way easier to use, and like most of the instruments that I like are on there, so I just use GarageBand. But then I also have Logic, which is like an upgrade from GarageBand, but it's kind of hard to use, so I just use GarageBand.
Do you think the simplicity of like GarageBand helps you get the ideas out faster?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that like everything's kind of out like on there. I can just go on YouTube and just search up how to do this, and it's on there. Like Logic, I have to like figure out myself. Like even YouTube can't help me.
Yeah, as long as it gets the job done, you know.
Yeah.
It is pretty good. So talking about your music, what direction would you like your music to take on? Like as in, do you see yourself performing live in tours?
In tours, maybe not, but like in venues, I would love to perform. Actually, like junior prom, I was gonna perform, but then that kind of got canceled, so we never did that. Because like I have a band with me and stuff, and like we just play music. So I would love to my dream is like to perform in front of like people, but like not too big because I do have like anxiety, like social anxiety and stuff. But like a good amount of people with my band, like because I just think that would be fun.
I mean, I guess like for every like small artist, kind of, it's like the dream to go big, you know. Like, do you see making music as a potential like future like job?
I wouldn't like do it full time, but like maybe in college I might do it as a minor. But yeah, I'll probably do music forever, but like not like full time though.
Like, you wouldn't drop out of school to
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm not one of those people.
smart. Okay.
I'm too broke for that.
So you talked about the band that you had earlier. Could you explain more about that?
Yeah, the band consists of like my friends. There's the bass, who's Jacob Alviar. Drummer is Daniel Nguyen, and then guitar is Dylan Pham, and I'm also guitar and singer, and like we're all from Piedmont, and then we just play in my garage, and then like we had like a same performance in hand, like in mind, but then we never got to perform it because of quarantine.
So would you be interested in a GGPP performance?
Like at indie.
Yeah, we got like benefit show, like
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
Or we could go to Piedmont as well. Yeah. We go back and forth.
yeah, I'm down.
Oh, yeah. What was the name of your band also? Or is it just
We don't have a name. Yeah, we were stuck about that, so we kind of gave up on the name.
a little bit earlier, like you were talking about how you kind of had to learn mixing and mastering, and you mentioned if you could go back, you would change how you mastered. Same, I believe it was. So how would you go about that?
If I could go back, like I know how to use autotune now, which is like super cool. And like if you listen to Same, you can tell that like everything's raw. So I would definitely redo my vocals and then tune it, and then I'd add a bass because like I only knew how to do the drums on my keyboard, so I would have added a bass to that song. And then for mixing and mastering, I would have like I know how to pan volume now, so I would have done that because like if you listen to Same in a musical perspective or like a producer's perspective, it's like really bad mixing. So I would have just changed that.
So like comparing Same to your upcoming single, how would you say you've changed in terms of production?
My new song is super simple. It's just a guitar and like a synth and like just vocals. I did like this thing where like people like sing over their vocals. That's how you like mix and master. It's definitely more like it's sonically improved than Same.
So how do you feel about school ending like this?
Honestly, I'm like really sad because junior year was like probably my favorite year. Like this was like the first and only year that like I genuinely loved all my teachers and like my classes. So just like for that, like March 13th was the last day for us, and like that was I like if I knew that was the last day, I would be pretty like emotional. So kind of sad that this year's over.
I agree. This year was pretty good. How has quarantine like affected you?
I've gotten fatter.
Oh, so physically.
Yeah.
How about mentally?
Mentally, I've definitely learned more about myself, like things I want to do and things I like. Maybe socially, I'm gonna be socially awkward when we go back to school, but yeah, I definitely learned more about myself.
That's good.
Do you have any stories about your other singles? Yeah, we could just go through all of them. So Pulp Fiction, that was your latest one. Do you have a story about that?
I remember I was listening to the new Postcard Boy song, Wish We Made It. And like at the end, there was this like super chaotic, like drum cymbal crashing thing. And I was like really inspired by that. And like at the time, Pulp Fiction was like my favorite movie. So I was like, what if I made a song about Pulp Fiction? Just like the movie in general. So I sat down. The lyrics took a while to make because I had to watch the movie like 3 times to get like the lyrics down. And then I added the Postcard Boy inspired symbols at the end of the song. And then that kind of came about.
That is very cool. Is there a story for Boulevard?
I just played a bunch of random chords and then went on Ableton, made a simple drum beat. I learned how to use autotune that time. So I autotune my voice because I thought it would be kind of cool, like an indie song with autotune. So I did that. And then, yeah, also learned how to like pitch my voice. Like Boulevard was kind of like an experimental song.
Do you enjoy that kind of experimental direction? Do you think more people should listen or like should enjoy that, I guess? Or do you think it's like in a good balance with normal like pop music?
I think every artist should experiment. It's good to see like how different it is from all your other music. And like maybe like one day if I get big, people could see like my progression and like, wow, this is like totally different from like this song. So yeah.
So like do you have any plans for like maybe an album?
Oh yeah, I'm actually working on a project right now, or it's like an EP. So like I've been working on it for like a year already, and like I'm still doing it. It's not like it's barely done. So yeah, definitely an EP coming out hopefully this summer. If not, maybe next year. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
What is the first thing you plan on doing as soon as the quarantine is lifted?
First thing for sure, I want to make like a full official music video for Sidewalks, like with my friends and stuff. I have like this whole ideas like sketched out in my journal. But then after that, definitely just hang out with friends, getting like connecting back with people, and yeah.
Where's the first place you want to eat?
Oh dang, I haven't thought about that. I don't know actually. I really want sushi right now. Maybe sushi.
If you were to like go back in time and somehow talk to your past self, maybe as a child or like however old you imagine your past self to be, what would you tell them, and how do you think they would react?
Um, I tell my freshman self, don't be sad over the stupid thing, and like instead be inspired and make something out of your sadness. And they'll probably be like, "What the hell? Where you come from?" But yeah, definitely like don't beat yourself down. Like actually do something about it.
That is very good advice.
How do you think high school has changed you, like with all the events and like meeting new people?
I definitely got to learn how people like interact and stuff. Definitely like during summer 2019, I learned a lot about myself. I feel like if I was stuck in 8th grade, I'd probably still be like super immature and like antisocial. So I'm kind of grateful that all this happened.
So high school has been like very positive for you.
It has its ups and downs, but I try to look at everything in like a positive way. But definitely has its ups and downs.
So do you have any hobbies outside of, I guess, the games and the music?
I really like taking photos. Like I started doing photography. I also really like cleaning my room. I just think that's like a really good way to like clean my mind as well.
Very fun.
Yeah. So like cleansing and like photography, probably my favorite hobbies.
What camera do you use?
I use a Nikon D3400 or something like that, with like portrait lens, and I also shoot film on my film camera. It's like a point and shoot.
Wait, is this a point and shoot film camera?
Yeah, point and shoot film
Like the
camera.
disposable one, or like
No, you can reload it.
oh,
Yeah, but it recently broke, like literally like yesterday, so I have to buy a new one.
no.
I remember a while back you ran for ASB. What was the experience like?
Definitely stressful, because like I genuinely do enjoy taking photos, and I want to like contribute that for the betterment of my school. So definitely like I planned to run for ASB historian like about 2 years ago, and then I kind of made like my Instagram account. Andrew took this as like a portfolio, and yeah, kind of just happened.
That's pretty smart. So you planned it ahead for a very long time.
Yeah.
Was the process straightforward then? It was kind of just you pub as much and then you ask like friends to pub?
Yeah. Well, I had a list of people that I wanted to ask because I'm grateful that everyone pub, but like personally, I want people who I like and like I'm really super cool with to pub for me because like I don't want like fake people to like, hey, support this guy that I barely know, you know. So
True.
yeah.
The process at Piedmont is much different than like indie.
We don't have nearly as many positions.
Oh, yours is historian was like an interview, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suck at interviews like this one.
Like because interview is like just you kind of show off yourself without like other people pubbing. Do you think you could show off your abilities easily?
Like interviews are really hard because it's kind of like on the spot. So like I actually have to like think about what I say. So like that's kind of difficult, and like I speak really fast because I'm like nervous and stuff. But yeah, it'll be cool. Like I usually just like try and think of as many skills that I have and like that I could tell on the spot.
Very hard to do.
So what did you eat today?
What did I eat today? Oh yeah, I ate Bumbleway. Have you guys
Oh,
tried that?
Fire.
So good.
Yes.
Homemade. My mom made it. So good. I like, oh my god.
Is that all you ate?
Yeah, I usually eat just one meal a day. It's pretty unhealthy. I need to fix that.
What is your academic schedule like for next year?
Taking 2 APs. It's AP Bio and then Calc. And then I'm just taking all the normal classes, and then like Insane Inc., which is like this econ class.
Did you take an AP this year?
Yeah, I took Psych and Lang, and then I had like an exam last week.
How were the exams for you?
I'm really glad there were one question because I don't think I could go through 3 hours answering a bunch of multiple choice.
Yeah, like one essay in 1 hour versus 3 in like 2 hours.
Wait, did you guys do the Lang essay too?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was not it. I don't know.
Who did you get? Like, who wrote your passage?
I don't remember. I actually don't remember. Well, are we allowed to like say that?
I think so.
Like, what if College Board like just like listening to?
I think we can. Like they said we can.
Yeah, I think yesterday or something like that, the teachers got the questions too.
I remember I got like someone's journal entry as my prompt. Yeah, but I forgot.
That was usual eulogies.
No, I don't think it was a usual eulogy. I think it was just like a diary entry. How are you guys?
Richard Feynman or scientist, I think.
I got Richard Nixon. It's pretty bad. I don't know.
Things hard. You have to retake it.
I feel like I should have retaken it, but like I don't want to take it again. You know.
Too lazy.
Yeah.
I think I would have done worse.
Honestly, me too.
What rank are you on League?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't play that much rank. I just play like ARAM with my friends.
You play the Earth?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Earth lately. You?
Not really, but I've been invited to play. Do you ever like feel like you should pub your music in League games?
Oh yeah, I do that. I actually do that. I got 2 Instagram requests from that. I was like, hey, check out my music at ninjandru. And then like I'm like friends with them now. Like we actually talk and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty sick. Like how you can connect with people like all around the world. I don't know if it's cringy or not, but it's whatever.
Good.
Are they still USA?
Yeah, they are. NA.
Crazy. So what platforms are you active on? Like, are you active on TikTok?
I do have a TikTok, but I don't post that much. I just watch videos. Like I don't really care about being TikTok famous. I just like watching videos and stuff. But I'm mostly active on Instagram and like Twitter.
So you would say those 2 are the places where people should find you?
Yeah. I don't really pub on Snapchat. I don't want to try pub on Snapchat because like Instagram and Twitter is kind of like national, I guess, and like Snapchat's kind of just like a like school for me.
So, Andrew, any other tips out there? Maybe people that want to learn more about music production or just how to make music?
Definitely learn how to play one instrument. Like that's not percussion. And then listen to a lot of music because you'll eventually, like someone you listen to, you'll get inspired by. And then just watch a bunch of YouTube videos because I don't think there's anyone that's going to help like in person. So yeah, just listen to a bunch of music, learn how to play an instrument first, and then try to go off from there.
Thank you. That's very good advice.
All right, I guess that is it. Thank you to ninjandru for joining us on this episode.
Follow ninjandru on Instagram and Twitter and stream his stuff on Spotify. Also follow him there.
Please stream his new single.
Thank you for being my first interview.